Yes, everyone. What is happening? TLP, the Liverpool Prophet, back again with more Liverpool related. Well, correction, back again with another match preview. So, today, people, we are going to be previewing Liverpool's game against Sunderland. That is going to take place tomorrow at Anfield in another must-win game, another huge game for Liverpool, and like I said, another game we have to get the 3 points in. So today, of course, we're going to be doing the usual, giving you guys my thoughts on the game, giving you guys my predicted 11 for the game, and of course, at the end, I will give you guys my score prediction for the game as well. So before we get into it, everyone, just remember, if you are new to the channel, or if you are an old-term viewer, do drop a like on the video if you are enjoying it. Do sub to the channel, of course, just drop that sub button. It only takes a second. Currently on the road to 600 subscribers, so if you can sub, it's much appreciated. And do get down below in the comments and let me know your thoughts and opinions. Give me your thoughts on the game. Give me the team you guys would start. And of course, give me your score predictions down below in the comments. So yeah, like, subscribe, and comment, everyone. Without further ado then, having said all of that, let's just get straight into the preview for the game. So, Liverpool versus Sunderland. Well, before that, we'll just recap a little bit on the West Ham game. Now, of course, Liverpool got back to winning ways against West Ham, everyone. We weren't great against West Ham. It wasn't an amazing performance. We didn't set the world alight, but we got the 3 points and we got the job done. We weren't brilliant. I'm not going to sit here and say it was a great watch. It was a great game. It wasn't. It was a very poor quality game, but Liverpool got the 3 points that we needed. But like I said, the 3 points is what matters. We stopped that losing streak that we were on for so long, and that is the most important thing in my opinion. So we're back to winning ways. Can we continue it though? That's the thing. Can we continue it? Now, Sunderland tomorrow is gonna be a much tougher test than West Ham at the weekend. West Ham are a poor side. Let's be honest. They offered nothing in that game against Liverpool. Um, Sunderland, on the other hand, they are a team who are doing very well after being promoted from the Championship. They're in the top 8 currently, I believe, and they're playing some good football. They went to Chelsea, Stamford Bridge, and won. They got a draw at home to league leaders. Arsenal managed to score 2 goals. Sunderland and almost, they're a much better side than West Ham. West Ham, with all due respect, are in a relegation battle. They're down in the dumps. But Sunderland, on the other hand, the complete opposite. They're in the top 8. They could qualify for European football. They are they are not to be taken lightly. They're a very good, well-oiled, well-drilled team, and they will come to Anfield and know and have a game plan. So that's what I wanted to say firstly to people. This is not going to be a walk in the park. Don't think, oh, Sunderland on paper it's easy. It's not. It's going to be a very tough game. Liverpool, we haven't made any game this season easy. Let's be honest. We haven't looked comfortable in one game this season. So I'd imagine it'll be more of the same. And Sunderland, like I said, are capable of getting good results. At home to Arsenal, draw. Away to Chelsea, win. Other games as well they've played, they've gotten good results in. So they're no mugs. They're a good side. And they've surprised a lot of people because I think a lot of people, myself included, probably had them going back down, had them relegated. I had them, I believe, was it 19th, I believe, or 20th, somewhere around that in my prediction video. But I've been proven wrong because it looks like they're going to be staying in the Premier League, and it looks like they could even qualify for Europe. And for a team like Sunderland, having just come back up from the Championship, to get European football in your first season being back promoted, it's a huge achievement for them. So I'm happy for Sunderland, and I hope they can, of course, continue this on. I hope they can get European football as well. It would be very nice to see. But on to Liverpool, people. Enough about Sunderland. We're here to talk about Liverpool. We have to stick with what worked against West Ham, in my opinion. So Mohamed Salah was dropped, rightly so, and you saw a lot more stability. You saw the attack was a lot more fluid, and you saw Liverpool played better as a team without Mohamed Salah being there. Normally, everything goes through Mohamed Salah on the attack on that right hand side, and it doesn't get said about. I think the attack was more fluid without Salah, and I thought the team genuinely played better, albeit we weren't brilliant. The manager has to stick with that. You cannot just disrupt what went well against West Ham, what worked well against West Ham, to bring Mohamed Salah back into the team, because let's be honest, it's going to go pear-shaped again because we know exactly what type of performance Mohamed Salah will drop. So for this game, the manager has to stick with what he stuck with against West Ham, keep Mohamed Salah out of the team, and, of course, just don't bring him in. Just do not bring Mohamed Salah back into the team. We found something that worked against West Ham. It wasn't pretty, but it worked. Can we stick with that rather than reverting back to Salah being in the team? Because you can imagine the performance will be just It'll be like the West Ham game never happened if Mohamed Salah comes back into the team. Granted, he's not the only problem at Liverpool at the moment. I'm not trying to say Salah's the only problem at the team. He's not. He's not the only problem, but he's a big problem at the moment. And until further notice, he needs to be dropped. He is going off to AFCON as well this month. So, dare I say, this is probably the first time that Mohamed Salah will go to AFCON and we aren't going to miss him because of how bad he's been. But my hope is that Salah will go to AFCON, he'll come back and we'll see him rejuvenated and back to his best. It's wishful thinking, I know, but that's my hope, fingers crossed. So, yeah, Salah on the bench for this game. Joe Gomez has to continue at right back as well. Let's be totally honest about it. Joey has to continue at right back. Now, we've been crying out for Gomez to replace Konate all season due to Konate's poor performances. The manager hasn't done that. He stuck with Konate at centre-back, but he did put Joe Gomez in at right back on Sunday against West Ham. And I have to say, it worked very well. When you have a defender playing at right back, even though he's a centre-back, he can play at right back, it makes a big difference. Rather than shoehorning the likes of Szoboszlai in there, rather than shoehorning the likes of Curtis Jones in there, play a natural, well, not a natural right back, play a defender at right back, and it makes a big difference. Gomez was solid. He was very, very, very good against West Ham, put in a very good shift. He has to continue for this game. I do not want to see Szoboszlai there again, and I do not want to see Curtis Jones there again. It has to be Gomez. Obviously, Conor Bradley will be back against Leeds by the looks of it, which is great news. But for this game, stay with Joe Gomez. Please do not shoehorn Szoboszlai there or Curtis Jones there because it's not going to end well. Gomez put in a good shift. Again, like I said in my match review, why hasn't he been playing all season? When he put in a performance like that, makes zero sense. But nonetheless, he has to continue in this game. Joe Gomez has to continue at right back. Other than that, people for the team, we all want Cody Gakpo to be dropped, let's be honest. I think Gakpo against West Ham, he wasn't great, let's be honest. I know he scored the goal, but he still wasn't overall great. He was probably the weak link in the attack despite scoring the goal. Unfortunately, Slot has made very clear that if there's one player in the team that won't be dropped, it will be Cody Gakpo. Maybe Slot feels like Rio isn't good enough to replace him or there's no one else to play off the left. So Gakpo will play regardless, unfortunately, as long as Arne Slot is the manager. Other than that, everyone, I'd put Curtis Jones in as well. Like I said, after the PSV game, we need fight. We need someone who's going to play their heart out. We need someone who's going to give their all on the pitch, and Curtis Jones is perfect for that. We've lacked fight and heart this season. He's perfect to put in for that. Other than that, the only change I would really make from the team that played against West Ham going into this game is Robbo for Kerkez. I think Kerkez has now played the last two games. He played against PSV Eindhoven and he played against West Ham. So I'd imagine the manager might rotate a bit now. Give Kerkez 2 games. We'll drop him. We'll bring Robbo back into the team. So that's the only real change I think the manager will make. Hopefully, fingers crossed, that's the only change he makes. Robbo for Kerkez. That's the only change that I think a lot of us will understand and accept. So that's it. He has to stick with the same team that played against West Ham because we got something. We got a win. We got some confidence. We had a decent performance and we found something that works. Let's stick with it now for the next 2 games. Like I said, we've played 3 games. We're going to play 3 games. Well, we had 3 games coming up. We're going to play 2 more. West Ham, Sunderland, and Leeds. Nothing other than 9 points is acceptable. Let's be totally honest. Now we got 3 against West Ham. We need another 6 now against Sunderland, and we need another 3 against Leeds as well. Nothing other than 9 points in this next couple of games. The manager should be booted. He should be booted anyway by now. Like I said, the win against West Ham changes nothing for me. He should still be sacked, and hopefully he still does end up getting sacked. But I never want Liverpool to lose games. I never want to sit here and say, I want us to lose so the manager gets booted. No, I always want us to win. But, anything other than 9 points is an absolute disgrace. So, we got 3 against West Ham. Great. Let's get another 3 today and tomorrow, and let's get another 3 on the weekend against Leeds. Honestly, people, I genuinely, with the way Arne Slot has acted this season, with the way he's moved, with how clueless he looks, don't be surprised if come tomorrow when we see the team sheet, Mohamed Salah's back off the right-hand side starting the game. The likes of Szoboszlai or Jones have been shoehorned at right back again. And don't be surprised if that happens. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised because the manager dropped Salah against Galatasaray as well. And the next game, even though we said Salah needs to be dropped continuously after that game, he was brought straight back in. It's taken the manager this long to drop Mohamed Salah. Now, he dropped him against West Ham, granted, and we won. Don't be surprised if Mohamed Salah's back in the team. Don't be surprised if Szoboszlai and Jones are back at right back for this game. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised because this guy's clueless, let's be honest. He's a clueless manager. He showed he's clueless this season. So, his stupidity might just show again. and he might just start with Jones or Szoboszlai at right back, and he might start with Salah as the right winger. Hopefully he doesn't. Hopefully he's learned his lesson, and if he wants to keep a job, he'll stick with the team that he played against West Ham to keep the good momentum going. But nonetheless, it's going to be a tough game. It'll be, like I said, much tougher game in my opinion than the game against West Ham was. Sunderland, much better team, decent manager as well, have a decent way of playing. Low blocks. We all know Sunderland are going to come and low block it, as a lot of other teams have come to Anfield and done this season. Low block it, play defensive, and they'll hope to score a goal and probably sit in. It's going to be up to Liverpool to break Sunderland down. Now, that's a worry because we can't do nothing against low blocks. We genuinely cannot do nothing against a team that low blocks it. We struggle big time. So that's a bit of a worry going into this game. I felt West Ham yesterday were a little bit more open than I expected. I don't know whether it was Liverpool being a bit more deep and pragmatic or West Ham going for a bit more, but it was a pretty close game possession-wise when I thought it would be. So I don't think Sunderland will do that. I don't think they'll come to Anfield and do that at least. So I'd imagine it'll be another game where they low block it and we're going to have to find a way around it. So we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. But am I confident for the game? Honestly, not really. I think we were very lucky against West Ham. I don't think we were good. I think we were better, but I don't think we were good. I think they played into our hands with how poor they were. Obviously, we did our job, of course, but look, this is going to be a much tougher game. Leeds will be a much tougher game at Ellen Road on the weekend. Granted, no disrespect to West Ham, but Ellen Road is a much more hostile ground than the London ground is, let's be totally honest. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm not confident. I'm not going to sit here and be confident and give it the big win after we beat West Ham 2-0. Nah, I genuinely don't. I thought we were back after we beat Madrid and Villa, but we weren't. So yeah. But now, guys, I wanted to give you guys my starting 11 for the game, the team that I think will take to the pitch tomorrow against Sunderland. So I can just share screen. Hopefully you guys can see this. You guys should be able to see this, right? Let me just bring that down a little bit. I hope you guys can see this, man. So yeah, I'm just going to go back here. So yeah, everyone, you guys should be able to see this on your screen. But this is my predicted. Please ignore that ad. I don't know why these ads keep popping up. They're so annoying. But I wish they wouldn't pop up, but they keep popping up. So whatever. Just try and ignore it, people. I apologize. This is my team to face Sunderland tomorrow. As you guys can see, it's pretty much the same team, bar one position. But if I run you guys through it, of course, Alisson Becker will start in goal. No surprises there. Alisson actually got a clean sheet this weekend. I'm glad that Alisson was able to keep a clean sheet because defensively, we've been letting him down a lot this season. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. So I'm glad Ali got a clean sheet against West Ham. He's deserved one, And defensively, it was a little bit better, even though West Ham didn't trouble us. So, yeah, Alisson in goal, no worries there. There'll be no one else to play. Let's be honest, Mohamed Arsene won't be brought in. At right back, I'm hopeful, people. My brain tells me one thing. My head tells me another. That makes zero sense. Sorry. My brain tells me one thing. No, my heart tells me one thing and my brain tells me another. Hopefully, Joe Gomez sticks at right back for this game. Like I said, against West Ham, he was very good, very impressive. Why he hasn't been playing there sooner, I have no idea. Why he hasn't been playing in the team sooner, I've got no idea. But he was good, very good against West Ham. Granted, West Ham didn't really trouble us much, but nonetheless, he put in a good shift at right back. He's a defender, he's a centre-back, but he can play right back. He did it a lot, or he has done that a lot over the years when Trent was injured down the years. So he should have been playing right back to begin with, not Szoboszlai being played there, or Curtis Jones being played there. Fingers crossed the manager grows a pair and he actually sees that, the players that he's hating on, the players that he's not trusting, can actually come in and do decent jobs. So fingers crossed Gomez keeps his position at right back. He needs to. So moving to the centre-back pairing, it will be Virgil and Ibu again. I think Van Dijk and Konate were a lot better against West Ham. Now, like I said earlier, like I've said throughout the video so far, West Ham offered pretty much nothing going forward. They were very toothless, very naive, very timid. They didn't really trouble our defence a lot. But when they did get forward, the couple of times they did, Van Dijk and Konate were there to mop up and do what needed to be done. So I'll big up Van Dijk and Konate for that. They didn't have much to do against West Ham. It wasn't really much of a test, but I think they'll have more of a test in this game. But I'm going to stick with Virgil and Konate for this game. Obviously, there's no one else you can really play. other than those two. So yeah, moving to the moving to the left back. Sorry, this is the only change that I've made in the team. I think Kerkers having started the last two games against PSV Eindhoven and against West Ham, I'd imagine the manager will now want to rotate a bit in that area. You know, he gave Kerkers 2 games. Now let's bring Robbo back in. So I think Robertson will start at left back for this game. I don't think the manager will play Kerkers 3 times in a row. The whole point of having a squad depth and 2 options is to rotate them every now and then. So I think Robbo comes in for this game. Moving into midfield, I've gone with Curtis Jones next to Ryan Gravenberch. Now, like I said, Liverpool have lacked a lot of fight this season. They've lacked a lot of heart in games. You know, someone who's just going to give their all on the pitch, which is what we haven't been seeing. But yeah, Curtis Jones, I believe, is always someone who, despite maybe not being the best footballer, despite maybe a lot of people not rating him, will always give 100% for the badge. He'll always run his heart out on the pitch and he'll always give his all. And that's what we need. So I've gone with Jones there. I'll put Gravenberch next to him. Honestly, McAllister just hasn't been at the races, has he? He just hasn't been at the races this season. I don't know why that is, but he's not the McAllister from last season. Hopefully, he fixes up soon and gets back to that. But I've gone with Gravenberch next to Jones. Gravenberch, similar to the rest of the midfielders, other than Szoboszlai and Jones, hasn't been great. Not as good as he was last season, but I think against West Ham, he was a lot better. You know, in recent weeks, he's been relatively poor, but hopefully he can regain his rhythm in this game too. So Jones and Gravenberch as the double pivot. Moving to the front line, I've gone with Dominic Szoboszlai off the right wing. That's hopeful. Similar to the right back position with Gomez, Szoboszlai off the right wing is hopeful as well because my brain tells me that Mohamed Salah will come back in for this game. I'll be honest. My brain tells me Salah will come back in and play off the right hand side. He shouldn't though, because Szoboszlai offered so much more than Salah has all season at right wing against West Ham. He tracked back. He was giving his all. He was fighting for the badge. He was playing some good stuff. Everything that Salah hasn't been doing this season, basically. And him and Wirtz were linking up really well as well. So if the manager's got a brain, he'll stick with Szoboszlai at right back, but at right wing. But clearly, the manager's shown he doesn't have a brain. So if Salah's back in at right wing, I wouldn't be surprised. But we found something that worked against West Ham. Like I said, it wasn't pretty, but it worked. So let's continue with it. So I'm going to go with Szoboszlai off right wing. But if Salah's back in the team, I won't be surprised. Do the centre in the 10, I'm going with Florian Wirtz. Wirtz, man of the match against West Ham. Very good. Everywhere. All over the pitch. Could have had a couple more assists if Isak and Gakpo could control the ball a bit better. But he was very good. And definitely his best performance in the Liverpool shirt, in my opinion at least. And I think a lot of you will agree. Hopefully he can take that good performance and bring it into this Sunderland game as well, because against a low block, we'll probably need something like Wirtz's creativity to get through. So Wirtz in the 10th position, hopefully he can continue on and have another solid performance. Off the left-hand side, it's going to be Cody Gakpo, isn't it? Let's be totally honest. We don't want it to be Cody Gakpo. You know, I've said that time and time now. I don't think Gakpo is good enough to be our starting left wing. I think we need better. But if there's one player in the team the manager's made clear he won't drop, it is Cody Gakpo. No matter what, Cody Gakpo will be playing off that left-hand side. We don't have Luis Diaz no more, unfortunately. We don't have a left winger who can really replace Cody Gakpo. So he's the only left winger at the club at the moment. So he won't be dropped, even though he needs to be. So that's the same. But yeah, Gakpo for left-hand side again, unfortunately. And up top, I've gone with Alexander Isak. Alexander Isak as the main striker. Isak finally off the mark with his in the Premier League for Liverpool against West Ham. Finally scored his first Liverpool goal in the Premier League. And it was a great goal. While I don't think his performance was great, it could have been better, but he's there to score goals because he's a striker, he's a gunman, that is his job. And he scored, making it 1-0 to Liverpool and getting us in front in that game. A great goal, to be fair, a great finish as well. My hope is that Isak can now kick on. You know, it took a while to get going. You know, it took a while for him to get match fit, but now, according to the manager, he is match fit. There's no fitness issues. He's 100% there. So hopefully he can start a lot more going forward. And this is the start of him maybe scoring a lot more goals and maybe starting to kick on because, like I said, Wirtz and Isak are in the same boat. We didn't sign them for no reason. They're talented footballers, and they will show it at some point. Wirtz showed his quality against West Ham. Hopefully, Isak can show his quality here. Hopefully, he puts in a better display, though. You know, if he links up a little bit better, if he control the ball a little bit better when Wirtz plays it into him, maybe, you know, he can get a couple more goals. But hopefully, he can kick on. I don't believe Ekatike is fully match fit yet either. I believe he's still a little bit, well, he's still injured. So it's going to be Isak either way. Fingers crossed he can continue his good run. You know, a good run, I say. Fingers crossed he can continue scoring a couple more goals because he's off the mark now. He's off the mark. And that was the important thing, getting him off the mark. So going forward, fingers crossed, Isak is alive now and he starts cooking. So that is the team, people. To run you guys through it again. Just to run you guys through it again. Of course, Alisson Becker in goal. It will be, I believe, Joe Gomez, a right back. Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate at centre back. Andrew Robertson as the left back. The midfield double pivot of Curtis Jones and Ryan Gravenberch. Across the front line, I've gone with Dominic Szoboszlai off the right hand side of the wing. Florian Wirtz as the number 10. Cody Gakpo off the left hand side of the wing. And of course, up top as the striker, I've gone with none other than Alexander Isak. So that's my team to take on Sunderland tomorrow, everyone. If I can just stop scare screening that now. Get back in the middle. Hopefully you guys can see me now. So yeah, I'm back, everyone. What's my score prediction? Because that's the most important part of the video, is it not? Score prediction. So, it's a tough one. It'll be a much, much tougher game than West Ham, like I said. I believe it'll be a lot closer. Sunderland will put up more of a fight than West Ham. They'll be a lot more active than West Ham. But strangely, and it feels weird to say this, I'm going to go with a Liverpool win. I'm going to back Liverpool to get the 3 points in this game. Now, I'd say Anfield factor, but we lost 3-0 and 4-1 to PSG the other week. So I'm not going to say that, but I think we'll get the win. I think that team, if the manager starts with that team's got something. They've got a bit of an understanding. They found something that worked on Sunday, and the performance was a little bit more improved. And if he sticks with that team, I think we get the win. I think we will get a win. So I'm going to go with the scoreline of Liverpool 2, West Ham 1. But only if he sticks with that team. If the likes of Salah are back in, if the likes of Jones and Szoboszlai are back at right back, I believe we'll struggle and we could end up losing. But if the manager picks the correct team for this game, I'm going to back Liverpool to get the win. So I'm going to be a bit more optimistic. I'm going to be a bit more positive, and I'm going to go with a scoreline of Liverpool 2, Sunderland 1. So I think we'll win the game. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was a draw. Honestly, I was flirting between a 1-1, but I'm going to back us to get the win. I'm going to say we win, we edge it out. It might be one of those where they score first and we have to come back. We need a comeback win at the moment. A hard-fought victory is needed at the moment because, we need to get some confidence back in the team. And what better way to do that than a hard-fought late winner? It'll get some confidence back in the team. It'll galvanize the team, the fans, etc., everything. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to back us to get the win. I'm going to back us to get the W. But yeah, everyone, that is my match preview for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Do get down below in the comments as well. Give me your score prediction for the game. Give me your thoughts and feelings on the game. And give me what you guys would do, how you guys would line up for the game. Other than that, also do drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed it. Do sub to the channel if you haven't already done so. Currently on the road to 600 subscribers, so if you can sub, it's much appreciated. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to head off. I'll be back tomorrow after the game with my match reaction. After hopefully Liverpool get 3 points and we can make it 2 wins out of 2, putting the wretched run behind us. But we'll see how it goes. For now, though, everyone, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and get down below in the comments. Other than that, I'm going to head off. Stay good, everyone. Hope you guys are well. TLP, Liverpool Profit out. Speak to you guys soon. Bye for now. Up the edge.